Since its launch on November 11th of 2011, Skyrim has been ported to just about everything, from fridges to personal assistants. It's available just about everywhere, but after purchasing it at least 6 times, I finally decided to review the Anniversary Edition and see if it's really worth the investments I've made over the years. On the 10th anniversary of Skyrim's release, Bethesda released The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. This was a paid upgrade to The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition, which in turn was a free upgrade to those who had previously purchased the Game of the Year version. Sound confusing? Well, it kinda was. The main differences between these releases were improved visuals, improved optimization, and the eventual addition of Creation Club content in the Anniversary Edition. Long story short, the Anniversary Edition has the most content and runs so smooth that even older hardware will likely have an easier time running it than the original release. While it was never the pinnacle of graphical achievement, I think Skyrim looks good. While the original still holds up pretty well, the Anniversary Edition does crank up the visuals. Point the camera in any direction and I'm sure you'll see something interesting or a view worthy of a screenshot. Unfortunately, the creation engine is still showing its age in the Anniversary Edition. Characters, while far from ugly, don't hold up particularly well. Some of the textures are flat and literally 2D, following you around like they do on the original Doom. Most of the improvements were restricted to the lighting and maybe some of the environmental stuff, other than optimization, so things don't really look all that much better than they did in 2011, which really wasn't state-of-the-art back then. However, it's undeniable that Skyrim has one of the best scores in video gaming history. I could go on ages about the songs here, but to keep things short, exploration music is relaxing, combat music is exciting, and who could possibly forget that epic title screen? And even the bards have some bangers. Voice work is also pretty solid, more so than Oblivion, despite sharing the majority of their actors.
I was quite sure I was invisible, or at least transparent.
Despite having flaws, one of Skyrim's strengths is its gameplay. When compared to other games, Skyrim's combat is lacking, melee is stiff, and magic is fairly toned down. However, where it differentiates itself is its freedom to engage the way you want. Want to snipe an enemy from a mile away? You can do it. Want to break the game and have an insta-kill attack and infinite health? You can do it. Want to go completely passive? You can actually complete this game without hurting a fly. It's also important to note that Skyrim really encourages exploration. This is done through visually distinct locations, interesting storylines, and rewarding loot. There are tons and tons of things to do, especially when you add in all the DLCs. These include getting married, having children, building a house, collecting pets, collecting companions, killing creatures of every kind, fishing, and more. Every playthrough can be completely different and can involve discovering something new, even 400 hours in, which is way more than can be said about other games. Now, when it comes to the story, surprise, surprise. You start the game as a prisoner, but beyond that, the path is largely your own. The main story is okay, but could have been better integrated with the major side quest. I do think that Dawnguard handles it a little bit better and is more engaging and allows for more player choice, but I don't think that the Dragonborn DLC is all that good. so at least the majority of the game is decent, if not good. There is also a ton of side quests, many with great stories, while others need a little more knowledge of the lore to fully comprehend. Notable factions return with new additions that fill in the role of the factions that have been replaced. Each faction has their own story, with the Dark Brotherhood once again being the most noteworthy. But despite all this, if you somehow forgot that Skyrim is an 11-year-old game, then its accessibility will remind you. Skyrim is still a 7th generation game at heart and isn't very accessible. While it does have subtitles, there's no in-game way to change the spoken or subtitled language. However, there are plenty of difficulty options, convenient autosaves, and button remapping to help players, even including controller remapping, which is pretty cool. I'd say that Skyrim is debatably one of the most convenient games available. It's available on Xbox 360, One, and Series, PlayStation 3, 4, and 5, Switch, and available digitally on Steam, GOG, Epic, Alexa, and Samsung smart refrigerators. The Anniversary Edition runs remarkably smooth, but it still forces the user to change graphics in the launcher. Other settings are simple but effective, and despite this, it still has bugs that were fixed years ago in the fan patch. Honestly, Bethesda's willingness to allow our players to mod their games is one of their strengths. However, it's also allowed them to be pretty lazy, especially when it comes to fixing their own game. But when it comes to gaming, Skyrim is one of the most fun games I've ever played. I've likely sunk more time into this game through my various playthroughs on multiple consoles than my 400-hour plus Oblivion save. Its combat may not be the best, and the story might not be the most memorable, but it's a game that you'll keep coming back to. It's easy to say that Skyrim gets a must-play. While it does have issues, I think most players will be able to overcome them. And while not a perfect solution, it's important to mention that mods available could possibly solve all the problems I've mentioned. But even without the mods, I think that Skyrim is one of the greatest games of all time and worth buying. And wouldn't you know it, Skyrim Anniversary Edition is actually on sale for $20 on GOG until the 25th. So, not sponsored, I just thought it was one hell of a deal. So if you don't have it, maybe pick it up. If that's too much, the special edition is cheaper, but I'll leave you to go figure out the details if you want to purchase it. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider checking out my previous reviews, such as my Fallout 3 review, which I re-uploaded just the other day. Either way, I will see you there. Bye.